Who's over here with Hall of Famer Evander Holyfield. How's everything, champ?
Everything wonderful.
Great, great. Tell me about your show. What can you say about your show?
Well, we put on competitive fights, and we bring the people who really want to see the fights, and these up and coming. Eventually, these fighters probably be your champions by 4 to 5 years.
Actually, and eventually it's gonna be the future. You bring in again, over here the show. Is there any other, state, that you're covering, your boxing shows?
Well, we're gonna be in next week. We'll be in Louisville, Kentucky.
Awesome.
But we have a great show, and we have the best welterweights to fight all around the world. We have China. We have Australia. Well, we got 8. We represent 8 different countries, and so it's going to be some explosive fights.
Oh, great, man! It's wonderful. Also for New York that you bring in boxing, even over here to Brooklyn, and I'm excited, to see, your show over here. I'm like I told you last time, I'm excited to see one of the Hall of Famers I used to watch when I was so little, and to me it means a lot. And tell me, when you get to see a lot of people comes over you, Mr. Evander, can I have a picture and all that, pictures, how you feel about it?
Well, I actually feel great because, like I said, I came up out of young as 9. I was told I wasn't going to be anything, but I had a good mama who told me I could be anything I really wanted to be if you work at it. And so 3 things that she taught me: listen, follow direction, not quit. If you stick to these 3 things, you'll be the very best. And only man ever been a heavyweight champion of the world 4 times, undisputed cruiserweight champion, made the Olympic team. So, what can you say?
Well, that's a lot. You actually wrote a history, and eventually when you walk in the streets, people sees you and recognize you. That's a compliment, for you, I would say. Tell me, when you actually comes over here, and build it up, this arena with all these fighters, is anything more beyond that you're gonna continue doing? And also, besides boxing, like teaching, little kids, mentoring, because I saw yesterday a video when you went to a certain gym. I think it's international. Tell me about it. How's the image for you? That you represent all these kids.
Well, the most important thing for me, not to forget how I started. I'm the youngest now in my family. Mm-hmm. Like I say, I was told I wasn't going to be anything, but it was the boys club that I went to gave me an opportunity to for one thing, get a goal. People have to select goals that they want to be. I guess the worst thing is not to choose anything to be great. But I had an opportunity to choose something that I feel that I would do good in, and I followed directions. And I got there eventually. It took me 20 years, but I got there.
That's awesome. That's actually, a great advice also for, anybody, I would say. For anybody, and I'm glad that, you bring in over here, your skills and showing all these kids, basically they seen you, an image, as a, great fighter. You did, your thing, back in the days, and now you're helping other people, Tell me, when it comes like this, how do you feel when a kid, comes over you and says, "Hey, Mr. Holyfield, you did this, for me. You remember me." Is anything that you mentioned to these kids?
The point of being the very best is not just for yourself, but you're able to share some things with the kids, some of the setbacks that you have, and you got to let them know that everything, just because you set a goal, don't mean that it's going to be easy. You go through some ups and downs. You're going to have a good time too, but you're going to have some things that are disappointing, and you got to get past the disappointment to get success. And people that share the information with people, there's so many people you can help.
I see, Mr. Evander. Mr. Evander, any message for the fans that we love boxing, and eventually, a message that you would like to give it to all the fans that, tomorrow definitely they're not supposed to miss this, card?
Well, one good message is this, always find somebody to support. You can support somebody. Because everybody needs support. and it tend to be wrong when you don't even support your own kind. Support your kind, and then you have some room for somebody else. Support them as well.
That's great. Thank you, Mr. Evander. You know, we're definitely gonna be here tomorrow. You know, guys, do not miss this show. You know, Evander Holyfield's with us. Thank you again.
Okay.